Yes, hello. So this video is going to be an evidence illustration of how we created the promised land in Independence, Missouri, and we are going to be going through some of the things that we created in our server. First of all, we are going to start with the file and storage, but to begin with, we are going to first power on our virtual machine. We called it promised land, and we are going to see how this new data center is going to be working and how we will be using some of its services and how it is structured, starting from the administration going down to the operations. We have business applications. We are going to be seeing all the things and how they were created. Some of the services, we have file and storage services. We have the group policy, password and audit policies. We also have the Active Directory. We also created that, and we have the DNS, how we created the DNS. We also have user account management and remoting. So these are some of the things that we are going to see in this video. Hopefully they'll give us an insight of how we created, how we are going to use the promised land. So let me minimize this and we start afresh. So to begin with, I'm going to open the server manager, and we are going to start with the file and storage services as file and storage services. And the goal of the file and storage services is to centralize file sharing and storage to improve access, security, and redundancy. So this is some of the importance of the file storage. It is to enable file sharing, improve access, security, and redundancy in our server. So when we want to install the file and storage services, the first thing that I did, I went to manage, and I went to add rows and features. So this page, you go to next, and you can see. So you can see that I enabled storage services, and I enabled the file server resource manager, which is crucial in the file and storage services. So I also created folders. So when you come to the tools, you can see that we have our file server resource manager here. I also went down to our file explorer, and in our file explorer, so we created some folders. You can see we have a folder for administrators, we have a folder for business applications, we have a folder for CRM, infrastructure, operations, and some of the we also enabled some features in the we enabled sharing among the groups that we created. And as you can see, if you want to add some if you want to share a folder among the groups, this is some of the things that you can do. So as you can see, you can enable file sharing among the network by going to properties, share. You can go to share, advanced sharing, and then you go to permissions. Yeah, you can see that we added administrators, CRM. For the administrators, for everyone, you gave them the read permission. For administrators, you gave them full control. CRM, we also gave them the read only. Infrastructure, we also gave them the full control, and so on and so on. These are some of in files and storage services. You can enable file sharing within the network. These are some of the services that we did in file and storage sharing. We also enabled DFS. Yeah, for the DFS, as you can see, yeah, DFS management, where you can create namespaces and all that, and replication between the primary and secondary data centers. Yeah, so duplication basically provides fault tolerance, and you can configure namespaces replication between primary and secondary data centers. Yeah, so not to waste time, we're going to go to the group policy, password and audit policies. And the goal of the group policy is to ensure security and compliances across user authentication and system monitoring. So to create a group policy, you can go to, so what I did, I went to the group policy management. So as you can see, we have created our promised land. Yeah, so you can go to default and select edit. So as you go to computer configurations, policies, Windows settings, security settings, so you can go to security settings, and we can go to account policies and password policy. For our password policy, we set the maximum password age to 50 days, the minimum password age to 6 days, and the password length 8 characters. So the password history, we set it to 5 passwords. That is some of our group policy, how we did our group policy. Yeah, account expiry, so everything was set up here. And then for the audit policy, as you can see, we also have the account lockout policy, and so we are able also to form our audit policy in such a way. So for the audit policy, we'll go to the configuration policies, Windows settings, security settings, and then you can go to the advanced policy settings. So here you can get control, or you can understand how the system is working. Yeah, so let us expand and go to the audit policy, and we try to, so for example, for account login, you can audit the credential violation. You just have to check this and check. You can configure it for both success and failure or success. And also for logout and logon, you can account logout, you can configure the audit policy. You can configure it for both success or failure, or what you choose. So that's how we configured the account audit policies. So let's continue to our Active Directory. For the account directory, the goal for the Active Directory is to implement an Active Directory structure that mirrors the company's organization charts. So So the first step that we did, we went to the manage add-ons and features, and then we enabled our ADDS. As you can see, it is already enabled. Yeah, so I'm not going to enable it because I already did that. And after I go to the tools, so you can see server is acting as an active directory, which acts as a central administration or governance for the network. And as you can see, we created our promised land, and we also created some organization units and users and groups. So some of the organization units that we created, we have administrators, we have business apps, we have CRM, we have infrastructures, operations, and security. Those are some of the organization units that we created. So we also created some user groups. Yeah, we've also created some user groups. We had the operations team, the applications team, infrastructure team, and some other team. We also created some users in operations. You can see some of the users that we created, and you can also assign them to a group. Just come to properties and you go to member of. So like this one, he was a member of the administrators group. As you can see, it's called Aletha. We also created Bill. So have Donathan, Ethan Savage. These are some of the users that we created in our ADDS, and so on and so forth. So to go on without wasting time, I wanted to go to the DNS. To go to the DNS, the goal of the DNS was to implement an efficient DNS infrastructure for the internal and external resolutions. So to install the DNS server, so already it was installed, and I wanted to show you how it was done. So as you see, our DNS server was installed here. So I'm not going to install it again. So just have to come here to the DNS, and we created some forward lookup zones. As you can see in our promise, we created a pldc.local, and it had some. Yeah, we created DC1, FS1, and NPS, and we gave them the following IP addresses. As you can see, we also created the reverse lookup zones, and we gave them pointers. So this IP address has a pointer to this 3 FS1. Yeah, so we also created some forwarders. We created a Google forwarder. We also created another forwarder. Yeah, as you can see. So these are some of the things. We are going to see our forwarders, and so these are some of our forwarders. You have the Google forwarder. You have also this forwarder. We had created it. Yeah, so for the the next thing that you are going to see is the PowerShell user account management and remoting. The role of this, the goal was to automate user management and enable remote administration. Now for this, we have to go to start, and very quickly start. Go to Windows PowerShell admin, and then here you can